Hi guys, this is Joanna at Year Long Life, and today I wanted to bring you a video about how I use my Hobonichi Planner to bullet journal. So let's open up my Hobonichi. So I use the A6 size, and you can kind of see how big it is. It's kind of quite small. It's perfect for me. I love to keep it in my bag and keep it with me everywhere, just for notes and things that I use it for. So let's open it up. So just like in a bullet journal, you would set up your 3 or 4 main sections. You have your monthly calendar, and then you have a monthly index page, and then you have your daily pages, and then perhaps after that you might have some collections of items you want to keep track of. I've managed to kind of find a way to put that system into this planner. So this is a very modified version of bullet journaling. I know there's a bit of discussion in the community about what makes a bullet journal and what doesn't. So just bear that in mind as you look at and watch this video. So at the start we have kind of our yearly overview, and I've explained this in another video. I would use this for kind of birthdays and things, so I haven't really made use of it this year. Next we have our monthly index pages. Now these can be used as index pages like you would have in the start of your bullet journal. You could also use these the way that Ryder Carroll uses them in his system, which is just to include a snapshot of the day. So for example, on this page I just wrote a little snapshot of things that kind of happened during the day, so then I'd have an overview of July of what kind of things I got up to during the month. It's quite nice to reminisce and have a look, see what happened. And so from kind of August onwards I use this as a habit tracker, as well as keeping kind of a track of followers and things. And then I wrote a few kind of recipes that I also did here. So for example, September the 27th I wrote a recipe down for stuffed apples, so I could turn to September 27th and find that recipe. Okay, so that's another way you could kind of use the index pages. Here I kind of use them now more for habit tracking, and so the colours denote different times of the day. So yellow is morning, orange is afternoon, and red is evening. And you can see kind of the habits that I've decided to track here. I've got planning, something to keep track of my cycles, my fitness pal, my The Fabulous app. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's really good for some habits. Instagram tracker, kind of finance, and brushing my teeth as soon as I wake up. That's a big one for me. It's a bit gross, but there we go. So I just colour in the square. And then hopefully during the month, any significant occasions, I can also just write going across here. So I'm kind of obsessed with making use of this space and trying to use this planner in a really efficient way, in a beautiful way. So there we go, that's how I use my monthly index. Going on to our monthly pages, this has evolved. I'm going to turn to this month, so August. So again, it's this grid calendar, and I really like grid calendars because you can just see everything. And so along the side, I've kind of put down any extra to-dos or tasks that I wanted to complete in October that are really necessary. So I just wrote them down here. And then in the grid, I just write my hard appointments, and they seem to fit everything that I need to remember seems to fit here okay. So that's not a problem for me right now. I write kind of my finances down the side, any kind of bills or payments or anything. I did a little bit of meal planning here, but I don't think I'm going to stick with that. So there we go. And I got into a bit of brush lettering to see how that went. Drew a pumpkin, I'm kind of happy with. So you can kind of spruce up these pages just to make them a bit more decorative. So that's how I'm using my monthly grid. This isn't something that is in the original bullet journal system. It just has it as a monthly index, but it's here and it's in most planners, and I quite like the grid. So maybe it will change for me later, but for now it's already working for me. And then we move on to our daily page. So I'm just going to turn to October as our latest dailies. So I started off with a calendar wheel. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. But this is created by a lady called Decade 30. I just drew around a sellotape kind of a sellotape holder thing and divided it up equally into different days of the month. And then I just list out the coloured squares of some holidays that I have coming up. And then here I've also written these extra kind of things that are happening and some stats here. Onto our daily pages. Here you can kind of see how I'm making use of space on these pages. This is for October. So I start off by drawing my weather and my temperature. I kind of like keeping a little log of this. It's just kind of cool to see what's coming up the next day. And then I use the traditional kind of bullet rapid log thing. And to be honest, a whole day, as long as I keep on top of my tasks and organising, a whole day is a page like this is perfect for my whole day. And it kind of forces you to be concise and not to waste space with extra things that don't really need to be there. So I'm always thinking about, does this really need to go here? So yeah, I just write it all down. There's a time tracker that comes with the Hobonichi. You can see on this page I haven't used it. So, depending on the day, I might not use the time tracker. Most times I use it. So you can see it already has 12 written in, but the other times are not written. This is kind of, I think, a way for you to be able then to block time without it sort of being exactly, on the hour. Does that make sense? I hope so. So here I kind of number out. So if you start number 1 here, you can get down to number 9. And then I do it anyway as if all the numbers were written, but I don't write every single number in. I used to, but now I quite like the not having as much clutter on the page, or unnecessary clutter. So yeah, I can block out the times for work that I'm doing. I now make a space at the bottom for gratitude, which I think is really, really handy. I've kept that going. I might again there's a little meal symbol here. I might again use this for meal planning. I'm not really using MyFitnessPal as much. So I've started exercising. I haven't really felt a need to keep track of my calories. So I might start using that again, just to be, more aware and using my planner through the day. I started to write down any extra kind of shopping or tasks, maybe not necessarily things that I'm going to do today, but things that have come up in my head that I want to write down and remember. I also complete some prompts as well, just to decorate the page, and completing these prompts really encourages me to go back and use my planner and use my system, and so I find it so useful. So if you're interested in doing kind of any of these prompts, I'll put them down in the description below, and you can just dive straight in. You don't have to be, if you've seen my earlier pages, they're really not very good, and you don't have to be a super whiz at doing this. It's just a way for you to be using your planner and thinking about how to use it. So for example, this prompt today for Zen Arts Challenge was, I can't remember, I think it's called NIDA, and it's just a Zentangle. And they have a tutorial, and you just copy the tutorial, follow the steps, and you should end with something like this. And then I did 5 things about me, which was a rock your handwriting challenge, so I got to practice my handwriting. And also, this is going to be really cool to come back to in a year and see what I was thinking about myself, or what I really liked, in a year's time. And then on the side, let's just see here. Oh yeah, I just did a bit of journaling, and I did it this way just to show it's a bit different from the tasks. So yeah, wherever I have space, I just make use of it as best I can. I've also been trying to track my water intake. I'm really bad with getting enough water during the day, so this is something that I really wanted to really try. So okay, that's how I'm kind of bullet journaling. You can see I still write my appointments the bullet journal way. I write down any notes, cross off any completed tasks, more journaling down here. Let's just see my other pages. Kind of a log of extra things that have happened. I'm still migrating things forward if I need to, or going back and putting them back into my calendar. More journaling. Sometimes I just don't use the pages for tasks if I'm having a bit of a bad day. Alright, so that's up to Monday. And then in my back pocket here, I keep an extra notebook, and I use this for collections. Let me just get this out here. So, of course, there's not much space for collections here in this Hobonichi. There's a little bit of space at the back, which I've made good use of experimenting. So here I keep a collection of books, movies. These are really good things to keep in your Hobonichi because you're going to come back to this later. Or even if you just have any other planner that you're going to use for the whole year, you can come back to this and see what books you wanted to read, movies, TV shows you're interested in. We've got video games, I really love that. Shopping, brain dump. This isn't a good place to have it in this. I would rather keep it in my notebook, just because those things change a lot quite frequently. So my notebook here, I'll just move this over now, is where I have my extra collections. It's just an A6 notebook. It got a little bit wet here, and I just got this from Etsy. And again, I just write here some ideas and things. I wrote an index like I do for, like you would for bullet journaling. I haven't really used this index so much. And yeah, just some ideas, some spreads, project planning, some ideas I wanted to try out. Here's a trip that I'm going to make later this year, so I was just planning what I need to do, everything, some brainstorming. And yeah, I have a few more pages left. So I really enjoy, oh yeah, there's some more here. It's not very well organised, this one, but it's a small book, so you know, I can just flip through and find what I need. So yeah, that's how I use my A6 for bullet journaling, and it's an ever-evolving system. I know next month what I need from my Hobonichi will be different from what I need this month, and I haven't found it restrictive at all. Some people find it very restrictive to be in a diary like this where the dailies are kind of already written for you, but actually I really enjoy that restrictiveness because it kind of stops me from writing too much and unnecessarily, which I have a big problem with. It's just writing. So the only downside I can see right now is that maybe I don't have enough space for journaling or reviewing. So I'm going to be thinking about that a bit more. But for the moment, I'm quite happy with how this is working. Alright, so guys, if you have any questions about how I use the bullet journal system in my Hobonichi, please don't forget to leave a comment, and also like and subscribe to my videos, please. I'm going to try and release a video twice a week. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks again for watching and listening. I'm so grateful that you guys are here listening to this. So, well, thank you, and bye bye. See you next time.